I feel it's essential when working with someone who has impaired memory in any capacity to relate to the individual rather than relating to the disease or the condition or the behavior. I think we can all increase our consciousness and our level of ability to touch another human being in a way that is focused, in a way that really communicates caring and acknowledgement for the individual. I think that focused touch and massage therapy have very specific benefits to people who are living with Alzheimer's disease. Touch is essential. When a person is starting to lose so much, touch can help bring the person back into reality with you and me. Massage can help in numerous ways. It has numerous benefits in meeting the needs of people with Alzheimer's disease and in addressing many of the issues for both the person with the disease and for the caregivers. Thank you for letting me put some lotion on your hands and arms. No. How about a smile? You could give me your smile.
Oh, I can do that.
That's all I need.
Not as nice as your smile.
Massage therapy came into our program because of a generous grant given us by the family of a former volunteer who herself passed away because of Alzheimer's disease. And this was for program enrichment. Most of the participants who come to our center are in the mid stages of Alzheimer's disease. That is, they have some trouble communicating. They may be unable to find the parts of speech that they need. They are disoriented at times. We do have some people who are further progressed to the point of being unable to talk or to voice their needs to people. Each one is an individual case. The main purpose of our respite center is to provide respite care for people with Alzheimer's disease or related disorders, and it's to provide a safe place for caregivers to bring their loved ones, a place that has a safe environment, where they see that we preserve the dignity of their loved one while we enjoy our moments together and have a good time.
We haven't worn ourselves out, which is what the respite is about. They keep saying, let the caregivers have some time off so that they don't resent that person that's their charge. And that's what we're doing. She loves it here. She gets up in the morning and puts on lipstick and fluffs up her hair like she's going on a date. And as I said, sometimes she says she's going to school, but she knows she's going someplace positive. She knows it's going to be fun. She knows she's going to dance and sing and have a good time. And for me, it gives me 3 or 4 hours several days a week where I can catch my breath. Right now, I think she's more into physical contact than she ever was. I see this with other people in her dementia. They want more physical contact. All of them do. They all yearn to be touched. And they forget so quickly that you have to do it again and again and again. We had a masseuse who used to come to the house. We have a hot tub, and she would come to the house and do massages, and Mother just loved that. We all loved that. She moved away, so we don't have her anymore, but Mother loved that.
I don't think I've ever had a back rub, so.
So you have to draw.
Yeah, weren't you ever in the hospital?
Every day for 10 days.
Well, you know, I was
I'm going to put a pillow right here, Lyda, and then you can just rest your head back here. You want to just lean against me? There you go. How's that? Should I rub your temples for you a little bit?
anything you want.
Okay, how you?
Yeah, you can just take a deep breath, Lyda, and then just let it go and just relax. There you go. Oh, that's great. Can you do that one more time? Oh, you're going to be...
Relax, Lyda.
I feel relaxed.
I've been observing the benefits of massage in a variety of healthcare settings for some years now. First in skilled nursing, and then more recently in independent retirement communities. So it's sort of a natural progression to add it to our Alzheimer's unit, which is residential care. Most of our activities are large group activities, though we do some one-on-one activities. And the massage therapy is perfect for the one-to-one.
So in addition to the general benefits that massage therapy has, which would include reducing muscular tension, improving circulation, alleviating pain and discomfort, and inducing an overall general relaxation response, the one-on-one attention that is brought in a session of focused touch is very important, particularly to people in residential care who tend to be isolated and touch deprived. That skin-on-skin contact is essential. It provides tactile and sensory stimulation. It affords an opportunity for social interaction. I remember a woman that I saw twice a week for several months. Our sessions lasted usually 30 to 40 minutes. She was extremely responsive to touch. And she was most responsive to the one-on-one attention and to our social interaction. She would talk about many things, and her conversation, of course, would sometimes take unexpected turns. The words would come out jumbled sometimes. The images were from a whole lifetime and would just kind of tumble out in any order. She loved to joke, she loved to laugh. She also shared with me her sadness from time to time. This woman was quite self-aware and insightful at moments about her own situation. I remember her telling me how difficult it was for her to give up her car, to have to stop driving, because it represented such a loss of independence for her, such a loss of control over her life. And yet, she had so much enthusiasm for life at 86 years old, and in spite of her memory impairment. I would bring in a rose for her to smell, and she would just smell it with her whole being. She never remembered my name, but she always remembered my touch. She was a delightful human being. I always enjoyed being with her.
Massage therapy addresses an important issue in any healthcare setting, skilled nursing, residential care, even adult daycare, is most of these clients tend to be touch deprived. They may receive touch from the caregiver if they're getting assistance, bathing, dressing, may receive some form of touch when they're eating, but that's not the same as a loving touch, as a hug or a massage, a focused, gentle touch. And they need that, and when they're deprived of it, you'll know it. And when somebody's getting that touch, you'll know it. It totally changes the person.
You see a raising of self-esteem, their mood elevates, their body seems to lighten, their face seems to show an effect of a smile instead of a frown. Their voices are lighter. I just see an overall change in being.
You want a little back rub today?
Yeah,
Good. You look so nice today, Mel.
thank you.
And we look good together, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to be right behind you,
Okay.
and I'll rub your back for you, okay?
Okay.
Feel okay, Mel?
I'm still hanging in there. Oh, that's fine.
Lean forward, Mel, now going down to your lower back. Okay. Go ahead and lean back, Mel. There you go.
The bonding that comes between the person receiving the touch and the person giving the touch is something to see. It's something to really enjoy.
Does that feel relaxing? Some additional benefits of massage therapy for people with memory impairment and other brain insults are one-on-one attention, reinforcement for verbal communication, nurturing, the pleasure of skin-on-skin contact, and that warmth, acceptance, acknowledgement, just acknowledgement that, yes, you're a human being and you deserve this respect and this dignity and this touch. It's not always the technique that's the important thing. It's the relationship, the trust that grows between us so that the person can feel less isolated, less alone, less depressed sometimes, less lonely, have greater self-esteem, feel more connected in the moment. And that, after all, is what we actually have, is the moment. That's what we all have. But sometimes I think that people who have Alzheimer's disease are actually living in the moment and have something to teach us in that sense.
Some of our participants will initially respond no, they don't care to have the massage therapist work on them that day. And if they do that, then generally she will sit beside them and visit for a while and maybe talk about the weather or whatever, just to relate one-on-one with this person.
I don't understand why they brought me here. It kind of embarrasses me just a little bit because I don't really know what I'm talking about.
Well, you're doing fine so far. If a person doesn't want to be touched, then I would say never force that. You can just sit down with the person and you can touch that individual with your presence, with your caring, with your energy, without the hands-on contact until the person feels ready for it. And if you give the person the gift of your presence, then almost always he or she will invite you to give the touch. That's my experience. But it can't be forced, and it has to be when the other person's ready for it. So, see you next time, Ralph.
Yeah, okay.
Nice to meet you.
Want to see you again.
Good.
Recently, we invited Compassionate Touch to do a volunteer training with our volunteers. One of the benefits that I see the volunteers are receiving as part of their training was that they're more aware of the different kinds of touch. They're more aware of asking the person's permission before they touch them.
With each other tonight is just that difference. And part of it has to do with putting your attention on the individual. Part of it has to do with intuitively getting permission from the individual to touch that person. You know, in our society, we're pretty casual with touch, and most of us are pretty open to touch, and we shake hands and we hug and we kiss, and we're pretty comfortable with that. And yet, when someone is confused or overwhelmed or not quite sure who you are, even if the person might have known who you were 5 minutes ago, then to reach out, and you have to remember to get permission each time and to make sure it is okay to touch. You want to just realize that as you come in, you're already touching the person with your energy, with your presence. You're already touching. So you want to make the contact as gentle as possible, so the person doesn't feel intruded on, the person doesn't feel startled, the person feels your caring and your consciousness. And the same way when you leave, when you finish the touch. I'm going to take it away gently. I'm not going to just, okay, well, I'm done. Tell me when you feel that I'm about to touch you.
Yeah, because now, yeah.
Okay,
Now?
so see how far away my hands are, and she feels it.
Yeah, it's true, you can.
Sometimes a person will feel the warmth, or just you feel the physical thing there, that something's about to touch you. And it's important to know that, because otherwise it's very intrusive. Okay, and same when you're leaving, you want to leave gently and not real, so it's startling or abrupt. You want to just go ahead and leave gently.
One of the interesting occurrences that I noted from using compassionate touch after our volunteer training was that direction of combative procedures can be rechanneled.
I mean, obviously you can't let yourself be hit, but sometimes you can shift the energy because usually that's coming out of anxiety or fear.
That's smart, you know, instead of fighting with her, just. Yeah.
Well, right, so it's not like you're gonna, let's try it again. So it's not like I'm gonna push her back.
Right.
Or it's like I'm just gonna go with the movement.
Right.
And let her make the movement.
That's good. I like that. You know, because people do hit. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of us, I never have been, a lot of us are afraid of being hit and resent being hit.
So it's reassuring to not go away and to not try and change the behavior. It's reassuring to the person.
Because you're not going to change the behavior.
Right.
Right.
And I'm not going to go away from you because you're trying to hit me. A massage therapy session can be used as a distraction if necessary. When a caregiver is having trouble getting someone to cooperate or getting someone to move from one place to another. I know of one case where a gentleman was very upset about having to take off his shoes and socks at night. It just represented something to him that was upsetting. But when a foot massage was offered, it was a way to get the socks and shoes off when necessary, and then he was happy to have them put back on after the foot massage. So this is an example of how massage was used to help in a problem behavior situation.
We have recently started scheduling on our Alzheimer's unit to have the massage sessions in the evening. So we have her come, she comes actually after dinner, and a benefit for us is since the people spend the night, she can give them a massage right before they go to bed, and we find that they end up sleeping better through the night, which is a common issue that you deal with in residential care, particularly in an Alzheimer's unit where you have people wandering a lot at night.
In one of the residential care facilities where the Compassionate Touch program is in place, we recently got a referral from a physician for someone in the Alzheimer's unit who thought that massage would be beneficial to this lady. So she's been getting massage therapy sessions twice a week.
Everybody starts to see the benefits, and then the staff gets more interested in learning some of the techniques so they can use it. They see how they can use it to deal with people's behaviors. Our staff also benefits because they too can get the massage, which of course massage is great for caregivers.
I find it's always good to work on staff in a residential facility, make the massage therapy available for the staff so that they can experience firsthand what this feels like.
We have one 96-year-old volunteer gentleman, a retired minister, who comes in on a daily basis to provide some cheer to us and to eat lunch with us, and he always checks in to see if the practitioner is there that day.
He has a little crick in his neck, really. That's about the only thing going on, but he's interested in getting rid of it. And when he heard there was a massage therapist on the premises, he came up and asked if there was anything I could do for his neck. And now, every time I'm there and he's there, he sits down for 5 minutes, and he's ready to receive his massage.
I have a stiff neck.
I never saw Casey without his tie.
No, I didn't either.
You still got a tie on.
Well, yeah.
Casey, can you let your head drop forward there? Good. Can you take a deep breath and just blow it out? Good. Do that one more time, Casey. Let your head drop forward and then take a deep breath and just blow it out. Good. Thank you. Caregivers can learn some simple relaxation techniques, including gentle massage techniques, which can enhance their caregiving, which can contribute to an improved quality of life for the family member or the individual they are caring for. You might say, I wonder if you'd like some lotion on your hands today. This works really well. Women especially often like to have some lotion put on. And sometimes if the person says no, then what I do is I get out my lotion and I start putting the lotion on my hands. And then the person usually gets interested. I say, oh, this feels really good. Now I ask again, do you want a little bit on your hand? Okay, maybe I'll try some. You might use your thumbs and just very gentle pressure. You're not going to push hard. You're not ever going to push on the spine. You're not ever going to put any pressure on the spine. But on the two sides of the spine, there's pretty large muscles in here. Trapezius muscle, this is called. You might just kind of feel that muscle and go ahead and just kind of do some thumb circles on that big muscle there on either side of the spine. The muscle here can almost be grabbed, but you don't want to go, you just want to, excuse me, Mary, you just want to kind of barely squeeze it. Just feel that muscle right across there and just kind of squeeze it. That's another thing you could do. The little circles with the thumb, and you can go ahead and go down. You might need to get down on your knees. You can go ahead and go down on either side of the spine, just rotating that little gentle pressure. Boy, here's a man who knows how to relax.
You have to be at least 80.
Was that a purr or a growl I heard there, Bill?
Purr.
Something that I've noticed about having a massage therapist come into the nursing home setting or currently in a residential care setting with Alzheimer's is that that therapist needs not only to be a licensed therapist, of course, but they need to be comfortable with and familiar with the group that they're going to be administering the massage to. Particularly if you're going to be working with Alzheimer's residents, you need to understand the disease, understand how to respond, and know that you're comfortable working in that environment. We've actually had a couple of different therapists, and for some people, it's just not the right setting for them, and that's okay. But the right person, then it's magical.
People in the advanced stages of Alzheimer's disease need touchstones. They are quite literally sometimes looking for themselves. They need that touchstone with reality, which massage therapy and focused touch can provide. It's a link with another human being. If you're working with someone who doesn't remember who he or she is, much less who you are, that person doesn't care what massage therapy techniques you've studied. That person doesn't care how many hours you've gone to massage school or what degrees you have. That person only knows that you are there in that moment, willing to be present with him or her, willing to touch him or her, and willing for it to be however it is.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, my name's
Oh,
Dawn.
I'd like you to sit down and take care of Jasmine.
Oh,
She's got the darn Alzheimer's thing.
uh-huh. I'm sorry.
She shakes all the time, but she's really a very nice girl.
Oh, I can tell.
She raised 4 children.
Is that right? That person who has Alzheimer's disease or some related dementia is still who he or she is. And the person, though he or she may be experiencing a diminished expression or manifestation of that, still has lived a whole life, has been a parent, has been a husband or a wife, has raised children, has contributed to society in many ways. And I feel it's really important that we relate to that individual and the wholeness of that individual's life, not just this current state of affairs.